Hello everyone, this is Jim Daniels with the Midsouth Sprint Car Association. Welcome to our series trailer. I'm joined today by Generation Y enthusiast Ethan Kaiser has helped me put this video series together. And boy, what an exciting day we're going to have here explaining to you what the 305 cubic inch series is and what we call the Midsouth Sprint Car Association, or MSCA. Pretty exciting racing out there, is it not, Ethan?
Oh yes it is, every day.
So what we're going to do today, folks, is we're going to take you through a little bit about the series, make this short and sweet so you can understand what we do. We have a very exciting fan mania, fan-involved series that runs at a few different tracks. And in just a moment, I'm going to get into telling you about the cars, talk about the tracks, get some of Ethan's input about those same subjects. And in just a little bit, we're going to talk about how you, the enthusiast, could get involved in the series. Okay, the first thing I want to talk to you about is the cars. These are not alcohol, 1,000 horsepower World of Outlaw cars, but these are the growing and one of the most popular classes that you, the average everyday Joe working a 9-to-5 job, can come race. And don't get me wrong, at 500 horsepower and 490 foot-pounds of torque, with a tire that's as big as a semi-trailer looks like, and 25 square foot of wings. These cars are a handful to drive, they're quite exciting, and they get the job done in creating excitement for the fans. They basically run 305 cubic inches. Chevrolet dominates that in the paddock. There's not many Fords out there. Not sure why, might be a cost containment, but if you're in the paddock, why don't you ask some of the Chevy drivers to explain to you why it is they don't run the Ford. And if you're a Ford lover, get yourself a chassis and a car. It's really inexpensive to run, and come out here and show these Chevy guys what we can do. Ethan, what's your favorite part about the excitement on these cars?
All I know is when you're feeling down there in the mud sling, especially that gumbo mud's what it's called. It's got a clay texture to it, and it's got a really good stick to the track. Because a lot of people, you got to mod your cars a certain way to make it work, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, there's no shortage of setup and tinkering with the cars in the paddock. Those guys are working on it all the time, and some of them really professional. What I like about it on the car side of it and setup is you can walk down through the paddock and there'll be old guys been out here since I was a child, people like Eddie Gallagher, that's just willing to help people and help them with setup and show them how to work on the cars. And families everywhere, children of all ages are in the paddock and involved in the series, just like young Ethan here is getting involved in the series with his background in television to help us promote our series and make it better. We need that involvement. We need that involvement from social media as well, and if nothing else, to talk about how fast these cars are. Coming up next, we'll talk about some of our tracks. Ethan and I were just talking off camera about the tracks, and this is a unique series. I don't know many series around the country that travel like this series does. Midsouth Sprint Car Association, not only do we run at Riverside, which is an historic track, it's a landmark. A lot of people got their starts there. I think, Ethan, you've got your heroes in this series started there. What's a couple of their names?
Yeah, Samuel Swindell and Hooker Hood, like they're one of those racetrack legends, coming down the Riverside and racetracks, seeing them come down and get involved, it's a great thing.
Yeah, and one of my old favorites is Eddie Gallagher. He's still out there every week. I remember watching him when I pulled myself up over the fence. He's still out there running right at the front with top talent and top equipment at Riverside. The other tracks we run at, we're going to go to Baton Rouge probably this year. That's a tentative date, but certainly we'll get there by next year. We're also going to go to Crowley's Ridge, and one of our big shows is going to be at Little Rock. Little Rock, we're going to take the wings off, and we're going to see separate the drivers from the non-drivers that night, is what most people like to say, because without those wings catching the car on the turns, it puts a demand on hand-eye coordination and just proper spot-on setups. But those are the tracks that we will visit. We'll travel a little bit. We'd love for all the local fans to maybe make it to that Little Rock event. At minimum, you can watch our wrap-up show that's going to be coming after that event here for the Midsouth Sprint Car Association TV and video program. Speaking a little bit about our series and the more attributes, Midsouth Sprint Car Association allows you, the fan, to get involved. You can actually buy an associate member or general membership. That comes with an authentic hat from our series, authentic t-shirt. It's one of those, either of those choices that you get, and it comes with a $10 coupon that's redeemable at Riverside for a product, Coke, hot dog, hamburger, so on and so forth. It also allows you to be directly involved with our newsletter, either through social media or email, so you know what's going on, what events we got coming on, any special guests. If Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is going to show up at a race, you might not know that if you're not a member and don't get our membership card. Not saying that he is going to show up, but if he does, you'll be able to see it by watching our social media and getting our private emails that go out to our general membership. So it's not just for drivers, it's not just for car owners, it's not just for crew. We actually have a spot for the enthusiasts, so you could be more involved with the Midsouth Sprint Car Association. Lastly, we need to thank our series sponsors, without whom none of our racing would be possible. We really appreciate following companies and their involvement in the Midsouth Sprint Car Association.
Simpson, Zemco, Comp Cams, RHS, Quartermaster, Lunati, R2C Performance Filters, XRG Graphics, Hero Graphics, Rock Hard Powder Coating, Velocita Raceware, BR Motorsport / King, Willwood Brake Systems, Quality Coatings, Victory Fabrication, Huffman Motorsports, Highside Graphics, Luttrell Belting, Alka Digger, Whittington Paving, and RE Enterprises.
And I'd like to add a special thanks to the folks over at RE Engineering, not only for the great service that they provide all the racers, whether it be dirt or asphalt, but for allowing us to use their facilities for our segment wrap-up and awards banquets. Well, folks, that wraps up our trailer for the Midsouth Sprint Car Association. We hope you enjoyed us discussing what makes our series great, and we certainly hope to see you at the track. For Ethan Kaiser, Generation Y, and all the folks and board members with the Midsouth Sprint Car Association, we bid you farewell.